So all I'm doing here is just, again, you never ever see me go front, back, side, side. It's very subtle. We did it in standing last week. I'm rotating. There's no difference. Let's see if I get this ball. She won't take it. It's just opening up a jar of mayonnaise. It's however you want to, squeezing a lemon. But when I say squeezing or opening, that connotates this. I'm not looking to apply pressure. I'm looking for the fluidity of motion. That's it. So it's really difficult to try and touch someone. Now obviously I'm not doing this kind of thing where I have no impact, but my fingers are really quite sophisticated that they can come and cross my inner midline of the hand. See how my fingers can go to this side and to this side. Okay, this is a higher function. You're not going to see this in kids per se. It might happen by accident. What kids are going to do is rotate through the wrist. But this is where athletes, performers, pianists, all of these musicians start having a problem and can't get to the higher level. Is because now the fingers should be able to come over the system or crossing an inner midline with it versus it all being with the wrist. So, you know, and then you'll see how people can do illusions or tricks with their hands because really they can do these subtleties. See here, I can do it this way with their fingers versus it being with the wrist. So, and that's where again, like I said, magicians but again, if I was throwing a baseball or football, you really need these fine motor skills versus, oh, grab ball, throw. You know, you're not going to get, because however I touch here is going to reflect the responses here. So I can't work on a little baby or a 400-pound grown man with the same touch, but I still, as a 400-pound man, I'm not touching him like this. I will initiate more force because his mass now supersedes mine. So I need my movement patterns to be reflected in that kind of a body. But you have to back off. You cannot use that same pretense. Let's say if someone does have a stroke or CP. Just because the muscles aren't responding doesn't mean you can go in there with brute force. You still have to talk to them like they're, you know, just this soft. It's like touching a rose without moving again. So, I'll leave this here since I teased her. So I'm just here, but what I'm doing is my thumb is right behind the pelvis. Actually, could you do that for me? Can you throw the camera so it's more on Arlie's bum right now? Please, yeah. So again, notice how I am. I'm not using my muscles as little as possible. My elbow is constructed on my knee. My thumbs have a vestibular system. Babies are great, and I'm just a gentle rotation. But what this is doing, if you notice, it's bringing her over her knees and over her feet. And I can do this side to side. And when I say side to side, then I'm rotating this way. I'm not this way. Does that make more sense after seeing the ball? So I'm not, this is rocking. This is RMT, this is a rocking type of thing. That's not what I'm doing. I'm rotating. See the difference?
Are you doing it with your left too?
Yeah. Right now it's like a dance. I want her system to know, if I just did this, I'm not going to get a response. But if I ask her whole system, now what am I looking for? First of all, she's 8 months old. Purposeful play is not, she's having a ball. Look at all the stuff she's doing. As her pelvis moves, her hands get faster, she's coordinating from her, she's trying it out with her left hand and her right hand, her vision is going back and forth, she's just having a grand old time.
Good thing will that come off?
Oh, is that what she's trying to do, is get the thing off?
I don't know, but it's funny.
But meanwhile, I can go in and rotate and tilt her pelvis. You have no idea how beautiful this movement is, and this is the one crucial movement that most kids with special needs or I should say the parents wish their kids had. Because to sit and comb over like this is really such an underlooked function. People just see sitting, not how they're sitting. Oh my goodness. Did you see Mommy again in the mirror? And see here how she brings it up? She lightly, nicely arches her back and brings her head up. I'm jealous because I don't have that movement in my back because of the way my spine is decided to form based off of my movement pattern. And that's another thing people don't realize. A lot of our bones shake based off of our movement pattern. So now I can come up here doing the rotation in the opposite hand, but I'm working with also with the tilt, so my left hand is doing the rotation that the right did, but now I'm just asking for her ribs to participate more, how the floating ribs go down into her system. Oh, it's time to talk.
I heard you. Mm-hmm. How does everybody know your favorite game?
But the head is free on the spine, and while my whole time when my hands are here, and this is another thing that people overlook when someone's getting a lesson, I'm checking her breathing. She never startled in her breath. She didn't tighten her ab. It wasn't difficult at all. She didn't need a muscle mass or something to hold her head into place as she watched you to and from. Again, this is where she has great cognitive. She just goes back to what she was doing after the game's over. Also, this is a nice function. See how she's bringing her elbow back, and so she can carry her versus both hands being straight where she's going to lose her balance. So she's separating the shoulder girdle. Oh my goodness. And with that, then you would go to the next step then, and going for the extension, the pelvis lift and stuff, coming to all fours that way. Or that would say one example of something you could do with her, you know, going forward. Or you can work to see to, again, moving the upper body more. I mean, there's lots of ways then to take this kind of, but really, I think you'd be surprised with working with your kids before you do the ABA, doing this kind of so they're comfortable with who they are and their environment, which means their seat, and then go into, you know, purposeful or the learning activity. Right? Right? You think? Do you think? Do you think? Yeah. Oh, now we like this game? Whee! Oh, you snuggle back.